new book project is sharing the experiences of women serving in the military, the good, the bad, and sometimes the very difficult. The book is called Lady Warrior Project and will feature nearly 24 stories written by women veterans in an attempt to bring hope, healing, and enlightenment to others. Please welcome the project coordinator and Iraq vet Nicole Bowen and Army Warrant Officer Deidre Adams. Thank you both for being here. Nicole, I'm really glad you're doing this project. I grew up in a military family, and I think we have not always recognized some of the unique experiences that women have in the military and in combat zones. What prompted you to do this?
I just realized that it had never been done before. I remember thinking, God, I'd love to read a book about awesome things women have done in combat, and there was nothing. And so about 3 years ago, I was talking with one of my friends from the military, and said it would be awesome to share those badass stories of service.
Of women warriors.
Yeah, and what it's like to be a woman in the military and in combat.
When I looked on your website, it's a Kickstarter project. In other words, you're raising the funds to create these books and asking for women veterans to contribute their stories. What kind of response are you getting? We've gotten a decent response, but people still need time to submit their stories, and actually even just us get the word out that we need stories. So it's kind of just taking off, and it's spreading. Yeah, that makes sense. Deidre, you're active duty, right?
Yes, I am.
And you're a single mom.
Yes.
Your mom is here, by the way. Thank you for supporting her. And your son, how old is he?
He's 10.
So how many times have you been deployed?
3 times.
3 times.
Yes.
So as a single mom, as a woman in the military, what sorts of challenges does that present to your family?
It gets pretty challenging, but for me, knowing that he thinks I'm the coolest person in the world, so when I come back, he's excited to see me, and he's proud of his mom. So definitely being able to make him proud makes it all worth it for me.
What is your role in the service? What do you do?
I'm a OH-58D Kiowa Warrior pilot.
And what in the heck does that mean? What happens out in the field?
It's a helicopter, and we do attack reconnaissance missions, and we're there for the ground guys to make sure that they come home. We're there to put ourselves out there to keep them safe and bring them back.
Right. What is that like, coping with the stress of people's life and death every day? You've got a boy at home who's, thank goodness, with your mom, but how is that for you as a woman?
It's pretty hard sometimes, but there's other women out there that we can turn to and talk to and share our stories with, and that's why I support Nicole in every way with this book. It's absolutely amazing, and I think that it's something that other women who are out there in combat need to know, that there's more women out there that can share their stories and go through the same things and come back and, you know, just triumph healing and just come back and still be amazing and keep fighting.
Right, because you come home to a really different, you know, you're in one world and then you're in another world, and trying to make the transition between those two can be tough, especially when you have family responsibilities. I'm curious, you know, obviously there are the great stories of heroic and wonderful things that women do and the roles that they play. And we now know, and we have known since kind of the Jessica Lynch story, that even if women aren't directly in combat, they are in combat zones. So we're going to hear that kind of thing as part of this book.
Of course, yeah. The good, the bad, the ugly, the amazing, the awesome, yeah.
All of those things. Well, part of the ugly, obviously, is PTSD, incidents of sexual assault within the military, some of the things that it's really hard for people, especially active duty people, to talk about. Are you going to explore those?
Of course, yeah. We want to just get a well-rounded picture of what it's like to serve in combat, and every story is valuable, and at least someone can relate to 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of the experiences. So.
Well, I love the way you've put the project together. As I told you earlier, I love the website and, you know, kind of getting an idea of what it is you're after. And there's a little video clip that helps give us some insight into what you're doing as well. Let's take a look at that.
Cole, I'm a veteran, and I have a story to tell.
Hi, my name is Jamie. I'm a veteran, and I have a story to tell.
This Kickstarter video is about a book I'm creating with 22 amazing women who have served our country.
Hi, my name is Jenny. I'm a veteran, and I have a story to tell.
Women today are returning from combat feeling completely alone, suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, depression, and they don't know where to turn. This book is being created so that they know that they are not alone and that they can heal. With this Kickstarter, our goal is to support female veterans returning from war in that they get a copy of this book, whether in hard copy or a digital format. The goal of this book is to save lives, to let women know that they're not alone, and that what they're going through is normal, and that many women have walked in their shoes.
My name is Frances McKeever. I served our country, and I've got a story to tell.
Thank you for watching this Kickstarter video. If you can contribute, any amount makes a difference. And if you can't, please share this video. You could potentially save the life of a mother, a daughter, someone's family member, a female soldier.
So you say save a life. What do you mean?
I think it's from my own personal experience after coming back and realizing I had PTSD and dealing with my symptoms and feeling alone and suicidal, and I thought that no one else was going through what I was going through, and so.
What were the circumstances? You came back from a deployment?
I came back from Iraq.
How long had you been there?
I was there for a year. I was deployed for a year, so some of the time was in Kuwait, and then we crossed the border into Iraq when the war first started. You know, while I was deployed, I was sexually assaulted by another service member, and
I'm sorry.
And
you had to just stay and finish your deployment.
I stayed and finished the deployment.
And we hear that story so often from women. That was there any response from those you reported it to, if you did?
It was just so chaotic at the time. You know, we had just gotten into the war zone that it was just kind of like brushed to the side and don't make a big deal about it, and that's where it was. So that's.
So it's no surprise you came home with depression, anxiety, difficulties. And that feeling of loneliness is probably the worst thing of all, right? Like, what's the matter with me? How'd you deal with it?
I finally just kind of shut down. I couldn't handle life very well. I wasn't able to work. I couldn't get up and go to work. I couldn't function. Just to get up and get ready and take a shower in the morning and put on makeup took every cell of my body. So, you know, those are some of the invisible symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder that I have. And I realize that, you know, some other women veterans that have served in combat have those symptoms, not all. And I guess the biggest deal is this book can be a friend to someone who feels completely alone.
Because you want to make this book available to other women who are returning. Does her story surprise you? I see tears in your eyes, so I don't think it does.
No, it doesn't, but yeah, that's why we're here, to help.
What is it we can do as women, those of us who aren't in the military? I mean, I find this heartbreaking. What can we do to reach out to you guys?
You can help us with the Kickstarter, and by donating, any amount will help us get this book out to female service members. And then we have different donor prizes on the Kickstarter. So if you search Lady Warrior Project on Kickstarter.com, you can help contribute to get this work out.
What are you thinking about? Tell me what's behind those tears.
Just for Nicole.
Yeah, everybody's experience is different, and I have an amazing experiences, and Nicole went through some pretty hard times, but she's here and she's helping more women cope, so.
And maybe that's what it's all about, is just creating a sisterhood so that some of these things can be out there and we can do better in the future. When you get this book together and it's distributed to other women, where can they get a hold of it, or how will you try to bring women veterans together?
Well, we're going to create a digital version of the book, and then we're just going to reach out to all the military bases, the different services that help veterans, so that they have access to the book or digital download code.
Good. All right. We'll continue to follow what's going on and share it. I want you to be okay. And I feel for you. I mean, it's tough enough to be a working mom or be away from your child and then dealing with war and bombardment and the rest of it. And my hat's off to you, and thank you both for your service. Thank you for this project as well. We posted more information online about the Lady Warrior Project, including how to submit stories and how to help raise funds to donate books to military hospitals so that other women can read these stories. Please just visit king5.com/newday. We'll be right back.